Welcome to the 2026 National Soil Moisture Workshop. So this is an annual meeting where we bring together folks from a number of different disciplines and try to get them talking and thinking about how their work can maybe cross over, let people know about recent developments, all kinds of things soil moisture. And our theme this year is natural hazards, which is highly appropriate since we are in Asheville, which suffered severe flooding and some landslides just last year with the hurricane that came through. And I think this is a really appropriate topic for us to think about because water is an incredibly powerful force, but there's a lot of times when we don't think about soil moisture as a powerful force because it's subtly powerful. It doesn't matter until all of a sudden it really does. But it plays a role in a lot of natural hazards, from runoff generation and flooding that can happen much more rapidly if your soils are fully saturated, or if they're on the other end of the spectrum and so dry that they're not absorbing water anymore, they become hydrophobic. It influences fire risk, not just in terms of fuel drying, but also in terms of, in the other direction, if you have something like soils that have gotten so wet that they are loose, that Mike was talking yesterday about issues with power companies being concerned about power lines coming down and potentially causing fires, as well as the issue of power outages. And then, of course, drought is a natural hazard that is one of those slow creeping hazards, so we don't always think of it in the same way we do as something that might happen very rapidly, like a flood or like a fire, but has immense consequences for the ecology of an area and also for agriculture in particular. So we are going to be talking about all those things today, and hopefully you'll get some new ideas. If you did not sign up initially when you came in, please just initial the sign-in sheet when we go to the break later today. We will be running about 15 minutes behind schedule. So for those of you online, just be aware everything's going to be shifted by about 15 minutes or so. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn you over to Michael Kosh, who's going to say a few words about the National Coordinated Soil Moisture Monitoring Network. And just a couple thank yous as he's coming up to do that. I want to thank UNC Asheville for hosting us here. Big round of applause for Ronald Leeper, who did a huge amount of on-the-ground work. And this workshop is co-planned by the USDA ARS, by NIDIS, who also fund this workshop, NOAA's National Integrated Drought Information System. Just in case anyone doesn't know what NIDIS is, since we are going to be talking about drought this week, this is us. We work to try and minimize the impacts of drought through shared information, collaboration, and research. And the U.S. Forest Service also has been a major partner in planning and putting this workshop together, even though Stephanie Connolly was not able to join us this week.